There it is.
Okay, you know we're live, right?
Nah, no, I do now.
Okay, we're live. All right, so we have a guest that's coming on. She's having a little trouble coming on, so we're going to give her a little bit time to figure that out. In the meantime, the other thing we were going to talk about today is pet first aid kits. All right.
Ooh, yeah,
Yes,
you got
yes,
it.
yes, I do. Okay,
Yeah.
so um, as everyone knows, pet first aid kits are probably my jam. That I'm always looking to see what's out there. For the most part, I've really not been all that impressed with what I've seen. Okay, and so let's go back, and that might be Amanda. Hold on a second. Nope, not yet. I am sure
Ah,
she'll be here. Anyway,
she's
so
having technical difficulties, so
she's
it's
having
okay.
technical difficulties. She'll be here. So, but anyway, so the first time that I really had a first aid kit was when I got my mobile grooming van. And like the first thing I did is I bought that 100 count pet first aid kit, and I put it in my van, and I just left it there. And yeah, yeah. And the first time I needed to use it, I was really hoping that my 100 count pet first aid kit had band-aids in it because I cut my finger.
And I bet it didn't.
Oh, no. The good news is that yes, it did. All right. However, the um, the bad news was is that of the 100 count pet first aid kit that I had, 75 of them were band aids.
Did you say 75 of them were
75
banned?
of them were band aids.
Oh, and they're not. And I'm sure they weren't like pet band-aids either.
No, they were like human band aids. So like that kit that I spent like I don't know like $30 on at that time, um, probably had $2 worth was predominantly band aids that I could have bought for like $2. Anyway, all right. So the point being there is that not all pet first aid kits are created equal, and if you buy them, you ought to open it up and take a look at them and see what's actually in there, so you know what you have and what you don't have. Okay. So over the years, I'm always looking. I've always found it better just simply to put together my own kit. There goes Pooh. To put together my own first aid kit because there was nothing that I was going to find that was going to be anything that I could have found out there. All right, but you know what? A lot of people don't want to do that. They really want to say, "Hey, Mary, just give me a link or tell me what to buy, and I'll go buy and we'll call it a day." Okay, so I was at Super Zoo, and walking around, and I come across this particular kit. Can you read the name there, Kirsten?
That's Curacin. Yep.
Okay. So this has been the first kit that I have ever come across that I'm going to say is like 95% complete. Okay. There are a couple things that can't go in here, and that's for legality reasons. Because one of the things that I suggest putting in your kit is the liquid antihistamines, the
Yeah.
Benadryls or whatever, the diphenhydramine. Okay, in case if a pet has an allergic reaction to something, then with a safety pin, and then you puncture the safety pin, you puncture the thing and squirt it on the tongue. You can't put that in a first aid kit. Okay, you can't put that in a human first aid kit. All right, there's it's technically, even though you could actually buy it over the counter, it's like
It's
it
practicing veterinary medicine. It's dispensing medication. Yada yada yada.
So now the kit, like I said, is missing a couple of things. All right, but very few things. So I'm going to go over like I want to what's in the kit, why I like it. All right. So it.
And black tea bags
Oh yeah, black tea.
for cuts on the tongue.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big thing on the in some of the forums the last day or so. Please do not put sugar on the tongue of a pet that you've nicked the tongue on it. Um, it is a very stressful event being in a grooming shop. and you do not know if that pet is diabetic or pre-diabetic, okay? Because you cannot rely necessarily on the owners to tell you that there's a problem, and the owners may not. They honestly, they may not know. They may not have been diagnosed yet. And yes, Deb, I will actually bring this kit down to. We're doing a pet first aid instructor training in San Jose in like a week and a half. I am going to get into where I got it from momentarily. Okay,
Don't get ahead.
let's not
Don't
get
get
ahead of
ahead.
ourselves. All right. So for me, everything has to be dog safe as well as cat safe. Okay. So what's in this particular kit is a wound. It's a wound kit. This is a clay. So product, their main product line is based on clay. All right. So not any of the other typical stuff out. All right. So like their antibiotic is a clay. Right. It has a care solution. This is not bentonite clay, by the way, but everything else is.
I'm laughing because this totally appeals to my really old school bring up, like, rub some dirt on it and go away. So you're literally
Yeah, literally, little throw some dirt
rub
on.
some dirt on those feelings, shove them down and go.
All right, so it's got a liquid solution and like spray on wound rinse. It also has some flea and tick stuff in here.
Ooh. What's in the flea and tick stuff?
You know, Chris, they put such small lettering on here. I am going to have to get my phone out.
That was just me.
Magnifying. Yeah, seriously. Thank you. Thank you for like showing my age.
Sorry. I didn't realize it was mean until after I said it. I just really wanted to know what was in it.
Okay. Water, Geranelio, or whatever that is. It's a natural botanical mineral risk, pesticide approved by the EPA for use in non-food products. And then they have a lot of inactive ingredients. All right. So basically, they put this geraniol in some water. Okay.
I want to say that's from geraniums.
I'm going to guess that as well too. They also have, and I'm not sure if it's actually in my kit or not, but a for the toenails.
Styptic powder?
Styptic powder. That's a bentonite clay styptic powder.
I could see that working really well.
Yeah.
Actually.
All right.
I want to try. Just want to try their styptic powder.
Yeah. If it's not in here, I have it wherever my dog stuff is, because Lord knows I cannot cut my own personal dog's nails without at least quicking Cecil, because Cecil, to put it PG-13, is a jerk for getting his nails done. He's Doxy Mix, if that says anything.
It does. It does.
All right. So I also have they got 2 pairs of latex gloves.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've got gauze and rolls and some like little Q-tippy type things in here.
Oh, so you can make a splint too.
Yep.
Depending on the size of the thing you're splinting.
It's got a cold pack, a little blunt scissors. It also has tweezers in here. This is one of the things I've added to it. All right, because you know what? I don't like to use tweezers because they tweeze out bee stingers, because all you do is squeeze more bee venom into it. I mean, tweezers are good for like splinters and stuff like that. But something that I keep, one of the extra things that I put in here is a room key, hotel room key. Okay, so we could flick out the bee stinger. So this is one of the things I have added to my kit. All right. So that's on that side. We go on to the other side. Let me get all the goody stuff out. Oh, and it does have an emergency muzzle in here.
Oh, cool.
So it's got that. one of those little thermal blankets in here. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you about thermal blankets. Don't open it up to take it out to check it out.
Because they will never,
You
you'll
will
never get it back.
into the bag again ever. Okay.
I'm actually really glad you told me that, because like the second you pulled that out and said thermal blanket, my brain went, oh, I've never used a thermal blanket before. I wonder if they work. I mean, they must work. I see them. So my brain was already
Ready to
wanting to take that out, just ready.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Damn it. Damn it.
The triangular bandage with some safety pins on it, a roll of gauze, vet wrap, some adhesive bandages. So these are like the non-stick ones in here. Probably what I would add to my kit though would be probably a stack of non-stick bandages. They do come individually wrapped. So they have 3 of them in here, but that's something I would add. This does not, they have 4 of them in here.
Do they have human band-aids?
No, they do not.
So it's actually a pet first aid kit as opposed to a first aid kit.
When I was talking to the company, I said, you know what, there's a couple of things you're missing, which would make it, for me, like the perfect kit that, pet owners have in a grooming shop, would be if you put human band-aids in there, okay? Because most of the time we reach for our first aid kits, it's because we've cut ourselves.
And if you're doing first aid on a cat, there's a really good chance that after you perform the first aid on the cat, you're going to need to bandage some scratches for yourself.
Yeah, you absolutely are. Okay?
Just a little bit.
And, it's got a little glow stick in here too.
Is that for the rave? If
Yeah,
they get injured at the rave?
In case. I don't know. Okay.
I'm guessing that's for nighttime emergencies.
Yeah, or you're hiking or you're camping or something along those lines. What else is, which I think is missing from here, which what I did speak, like I said, I spoke to the company. I said, this is what I think you ought to add to it. Okay. So that the like the little room key card, however you could put it where it's something that you can either laminate like an information card with maybe some important phone numbers on it. So if you're like a groomer, you could put like the emergency vet, that sort of information on it, and just laminate it, because if you laminate it, it really does the same thing as like a room key, that it's hard enough to flick things out, that they need to put human band-aids in it. And the last thing here was, even though it has these little, let me take it out, these little Q-tippy things, honestly,
I don't see the Q-tippy things. Hold them. Oh, those long swabs. Yeah.
Yeah, the long swabs. Okay. The problem is that these really are not very sturdy. So to do a splint, probably not the best use for that. But if they had something, and remember, all right, Chris, you'll probably remember. Remember growing up with the radios, and they had the little telescoping antennas?
Yes.
All right. Something along that line, maybe like in a harder plastic, and something that telescopes it so that you can open it out. And so now it'd be small enough to fit into this kit.
And if you make it out of metal, you could also defend yourself with that nonsense.
Yeah, there's that too, but that's like a whole other kit.
Whole nother something? Okay.
Whole other something. Hey, we're still talking. Send Amanda a message and just tell her to just log on with her phone. Or you could poke out an eye. So maybe you want something plastic with rounded edges to it, so that Debbie says a magnet found at auto stores. Okay, Debbie, explain that. So that's like a couple of things I would add to this, and to me, this is something like I would like recommend. that I would keep in my own vehicle or my own house, and then just and then just use it as necessary.
Oh, and Amanda said it wasn't working on her phone.
All right, Amanda will have to be a guest another time.
That's well. Oh, while we still have time, I wanted to make an.
Well, I'm not finished, Chris.
Oh, right. I'll get to it then when you're finished.
Okay.
So then Amanda wouldn't have had time anyway. Is that what you're saying? That what you're saying?
No, we could have gone over on time. I would have gone over in time for Amanda.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't have gone over on time for Amanda, but I am just saying this time roles have been reversed and I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh, really? I have. All right. Okay. She says the expandable magnets are for when you drop screws and such. Oh, they have a round, thick end and a handle and expand like 2 feet. Oh.
First of all, I need that in my life just because. Second of all, that makes more sense. We were just trying to figure out what you would use in general a magnet for, but the magnet on the expando stick, yes.
Okay. Yes. I bet I could order that off of Amazon and have it, what's today? Tuesday by Thursday.
Or Friday.
Or Friday. Whatever. Yeah, so they also sell a telescopic magnet for picking up screws. It's the circumference of a pencil. Yeah, and that would be just all you needed. You just needed something that's a little more rigid that you could like tie that triangular bandage and make a splint. Or SAM splints, but I think those are a little larger. Someone has one with an LED as well as a magnet on the end. I'm just going to, right after he finishes, I'm going like right over to Amazon.
It's a struggle to not be rude and not do it now on my phone. I'm just like holding my hands very tightly in front of me.
It's like, I got to go over to Amazon.
And it says Facebook user because they're on Town Hall, but that sounds like something Angie would have. Yeah,
I'm like almost pretty sure that's Angie. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so where was I? So you can get the kit on their website, which is Curison.com. Okay. And
it is.
The reason that it took me so long to do this is I was looking, you know what? I'm going to talk about this kit. I like this kit. You need to give me a coupon code so that people who are listening can get it for a better price. Okay. So the coupon code is PauseEd20. And you'll get 20% off.
Oh, not even kidding. I'm doing this right now. Spell Curison for me again.
CURICYN. CURICYN.com. Here.
I can't see you because I'm in another window.
There.
I'm ordering this pet first aid. By the way, for our horse people, they also have an equine triage kit.
Oh, and Angie has been really nice. She's got the Amazon link up already for us.
And that coupon code was PET, PETED.
No. Pause.
Okay.
PAWSED20. And I'm assured that the coupon code is working. So confirm that for me, Chris. I guess
that took $20 off the price. That is nothing to sneeze at because that's like a $60 kit.
Yes.
But I have to say, I'm glad you did the review of it because even though I should be thinking like this, I would probably be like, I've seen so many crappy ones. I'd be like, $60 for Band-Aids.
You know what? And honestly, the kit without the coupon to me is a good deal. I have seen kits for this price point and better. All right, not be as good as this one. Okay, so that's Angie. Am I spelling the company is CURICYN.com, Curison, and the coupon code is PAWSED, PAWSED 20.
Oh, and they have a link to pay via PayPal. Thank you.
No. Curison, nope. Angie, you got it spelled wrong.
It is CURICYN. You know what? Hang on. I will put the link. Can I put the link in the chat? Let's find out.
You should.
Copy. Then we go over here. Chat. No. Yeah, I think that's a private chat. I don't know that I can.
Well, you can, here, hold on a second. I will put it in. I got to get over to Facebook. Give me a sec.
Oh, somebody did it.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not seeing it. Angie's got the wrong one in there. Curious. Okay, there we go. There's one, and she's putting that in on the pet. There's 3 other places that this is, and that you know what? We will go in at some point. Let me go to my page. All right. I'm putting the link in on the various places that somebody may be watching this. It's also going to be on YouTube, so I have no idea how to put the link there. So, Chris, you were saying that you had something else you wanted to talk about? Chris, did I lose you? Oh, looks like I lost Chris. Yes. Okay. So she'll come back on. She had something very, very important she wanted to talk about. There she is.
I do not know what I hit something. I was so psyched to order this. I was like, and then all of a sudden Windows started flying around.
Okay, so every place but YouTube, I've put the actual link to Curison up on there. All right. And you just find pet first aid kits, and that's it. All right. So what did you want to talk about, Chris? You got 3 minutes.
Oh, I probably don't even need the full 3 minutes. So, as we tend to have traveling groomers podcast listeners here, and it tends to be a little bit of a crossover, I have an embarrassing admission to make. Oh, the coupon code again is PAWSED, PAWSED 20. And it works. It takes $20 off. So I have an embarrassing admission to make. You remember how when we were talking to Helen, and that episode just aired last week, I said something about those reviews, and then I looked at a review really fast, and they said the thing I could improve was my personality. And I chose to laugh it off because that's ridiculous.
Listen, that apparently is like a fairly common complaint that people will write in a review, which is ridiculous.
But I read it wrong, Mary. That's not what she said. Or he. That's not what they said.
What did they say?
They said, what thing did they enjoy most? And it was my personality.
Oh, okay.
So I'm glad I didn't take that to heart because it was actually a super positive compliment. And I'm like,
Yeah,
only me.
Read for comprehension.
Yeah, I just was, yeah. Because I always feel like I'm cheating when I read them there. I don't know why. I always feel like I'm cheating and I should just turn them in and not look.
You know what? I'm going to look. Honestly, you know what? Because I want to know. So before I hand them off to anyone, I'm like, hold on a second. I need to flip through these really quick. And the reason I do that is because what I'm looking for is constructive criticism.
Yes.
All right. If you don't like the color of my hair, if you don't like my personality, that's not constructive criticism. There is nothing I can do with that information. All right. However, if you have something to say about a particular aspect of the program that you think could be better, that's pertinent because it may not even be just for that workshop. I might have three other workshops I'm doing. And having that information, again, that constructive information will help me teach a better class for the rest of the time that I'm there. Okay. Also, speakers have absolutely zero control on the quality of the chairs, whether the room is cold or not, whether or not the equipment that is provided to us, like the screens and the projectors, that is totally beyond the instructor's control. You have nothing to do with that.
Yes.
So she's saying, I didn't like her shoes. You're saying that is not a valid complaint? And I know that's Angie. No, Angie, that is not a valid complaint.
I mean, it depends. Was it Cruella de Vil giving a speech at a pet expo when her shoes were made out of Dalmatian puppies? That would be a valid complaint.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, under some very specific circumstance, that would be a valid complaint. But other than that, I can't.
And the reason I did this also with the stuff working is there is and there isn't. There are and there aren't things that are out of our control. I do try to be as prepared as possible with making sure I have the right adapters and making sure my computer will work with what they have. That being said, I have also completely lost an adapter that I later found in my computer bag. So stuff will happen. And they, of course, they had the USB-C adapter I needed and everything was wound up fine, but we try. We try.
So, like I said, constructive criticism, I'm always eager, and I will grab those surveys out of the proctor's grubby little hands. They know I need to see those first.
You know what? I will actually read it then. I don't know. I don't.
Well, here's the thing, right?
I still feel like I'm cheating.
Barclay is really good, in which they mail you back them, all right? And then you can go over them, at your leisure, okay? But the WPA doesn't do that anymore. You get like a synopsis, which, you know what? I don't, and I understand why. Okay, but if I'm just getting the average of what people are saying and a couple of cherry picked things, that doesn't help me at all. I might as well not even look at it, to be really honest. Right? So if I'm at a WPA show that's Atlanta Pet Fair and that's Super Zoo, I'm going to make an effort to make sure I see those surveys because that's probably the only opportunity I'm going to get to really take a good look at them. Okay. Does anyone have any questions for either one of us while you got us here? Nope.
Oh, I have a question for the group at large. Do people know who Groucho Marx is anymore?
Can I? Do I have to? You know I know, right?
I know you know. This is not really for you. This is really for the
Okay.
group at large.
Well, he's not. Well, he wasn't exactly a contemporary. I know who he is.
I mean, if I put in a slide like a smiley face with the big eyebrows and a cigar, I'd be like, and speaking of does size matter? Is that going to, yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to fly.
Yeah, I think honestly, you're gonna have to, and I'm probably gonna have to. I like one of the reasons I like to go over my presentations at least a couple of months before I present them again is to update them because I am sure I have a reference or two in there that people are gonna look at and like, but they don't get the joke. I have to during the first aid class, so I have the Suzanne Summers Thigh Master joke, and I'm starting to get a lot of what are you talking about?
Oh, on Reddit, there was a story. A guy got brought in, called into human resources for sexual harassment because he made a crack in the break room and the person took it because they had never heard this commercial. And he said something to the effect of, oh, you got your chocolate in my peanut butter. Or you got your peanut butter in my chocolate. Like he said something like that and he got called up for sexual harassment. And he had to pull up a video of the old commercials to show his team. And on a personal note, when I was doing a class with Laura, I used the phrase Netflix and chill because I thought it literally meant chill out. Like, I thought it literally meant watch Netflix and just hang out and chill. I didn't realize it was a euphemism for something else. So, yeah.
Maybe we need to get like a 20-year-old to like go over our slides to make sure that they're still
Right? Are those jokes relevant?
Yeah, to make sure we're still that there's not going to be like these blank stares. And I'm like, you know what? We're having a break. Google that.
I forget what I wanted to do, what joke I wanted to do in a class, and my husband told me the kids were not going to get it. That it was like no one did, yeah. Like half my class would not get it. I completely forget what it was.
But here's the thing, too, right? What might be a relevant joke, I'm seriously not going to get.
Oh, I remembered. It was in a house call class, and I wanted to make a crack about OPP, other people's plumbing. And he said people wouldn't get it.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's offering up her assistant. You may take her up on that.
Okay. Yeah, my husband actually said in the car today, oh, that's cray cray, like the kids say. And I'm like the kids say 20 years ago? pretty sure they don't say cray cray anymore. Maybe. I don't. And that's the oldest I've felt in my entire life. I mean, to be fair, that's the oldest I'd been in my entire life up until this moment. So, but yeah, that was. I was glad we were alone, and then I immediately publicized my shame. All right, Mary, I'm hungry.
All right. Good night. We will see everybody. Hold on. Not for 2 weeks. We're not doing this for 2 weeks.
Okay. Yes.
Next week, my daughter is going to be in town. And then the following Tuesday, I will be finishing up the instructor training in San Jose, California for pet tech instructor training.
Aha. So we are not here. Oh, I get some time off.
By that time, we'll figure out Amanda and get her on.
Yes, we will. All right, awesome. Happy shiny people. Having fun.
Go eat dinner.
Safe travels, guys. I will see some of y'all on Thursday.